the first jazz records I ever heard.
I just wanted to get flagged. That's why I was telling you now when we went live. Just play a.
And now we're going to get flagged.
Ramsey Lewis.
Because I said. Is it because I said flagged? Do they flag you if you say flag?
No, I think you can say flag, but you can't say anything else.
I'm so glad you listened to that album.
If anything else has ever been said before and we say it, then we'll get flagged.
That's intellectual property. If you say things that people have said before, that's intellectual property.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Any repetition of something that has been done or said or even thought before is intellectual property that belongs to somebody else, and they'll flag you for it. So,
Man.
So that's
What
our
a
show
world.
tonight.
What a world.
Did you guys already check the piano?
Everyone, hey.
All the kids are saying hey.
Can you hear my
Just say
kids
hey.
shouting in the back? Hey, hey, hey.
I can hear them.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Can you hear the piano?
Sounds nice. Got.
Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
Is
Can hear my
reverb
grandchildren.
needed for today's song, JT?
No, I had a equipment malfunction. I can turn the reverb off.
So we played.
I'm playing my backup keyboard tonight because everything crashed on me. So
whoa,
I'll turn the reverb off. I didn't realize it was.
Do you
backup
on?
When you say crashed, is it like when people rage quit a video game and you just kind of throw your keyboard across the?
You know, I was tempted to, but then I thought, you know what? I am blessed that I even have a backup keyboard. It's not like I live in Calcutta where I'm walking 3 miles for clean water.
Or like my keyboard crashed and it cuts.
I'm so freaking wealthy. I've got a backup keyboard. So, there's the.
We've got a spare. I
There
don't
you go.
know. You can put a little space on it. You don't have to.
You want a little bit of
cut
space?
it all. Yeah, actually, I'm getting real nitpicky right now. So I'm just
Juan,
gonna.
you're so
There's
needy.
a little bit.
I'm gonna lay into it now.
There's a little.
You got
bit
like
of space.
got like a small wooden room reverb.
I might have
with,
a drum,
with thick
drum
carpet.
chorus.
I remember 15 or 20 years ago, I got called in an emergency to come and do a show at the comedy club because the headliner, who was a guy who relied heavily on the keyboard for his act, his keyboard crashed. The hard drive in his keyboard crashed, and so he couldn't do it. And so I remember that the other guy that they brought in for a couple of days to replace him said to the audience, "Yeah, I have to come in and do this show because Steve's act crashed." And that was the way.
Steve who?
Steve Altman.
Steve Altman. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he was a he used a synthesizer sound effect keyboard. I mean, now it's the sort of thing that like everybody does it, but back when he was doing it, it was pretty novel.
I've got another good keyboard story I'll tell you when the theme song's over.
All right.
Okay.
Great. Oh goodness! Why is it doing that?
What's it?
Did you hear it go really fast all of a sudden?
It was good for me.
Yeah.
Sounds like
This is still sound check, you guys.
Wow.
Sarah dropped in to tell us that she's going to go watch the Chosen again tonight.
I was just about to say we got a lot of people here tonight. Got most of our regulars. Sarah.
I know people show up to say, "Hey, I'm not going to stick around."
Do not stick
But
around.
thanks
The
for logging
Chosen's
it.
playing over there.
That would be a great alternative.
Okay, it's not speeding up and then slowing down and then speeding up again.
No, I think it might be your computer.
Alright.
You know, Juan DeVivo is the human metronome, and so if he says that the speed is consistent, I believe him.
Yeah.
We gotta go with what he says.
I believe him.
As you should.
He knows.
It's not because I'm a robot.
Okay.
I am not a robot. I've proven that to Google
What the heck's going on with
many
the
times.
song?
Once a week at least.
Mr. Human Metronome,
Sarah's
Sarah
leaving
thinks
us.
there's a problem too.
Sarah's ditching us for The Chosen because the theme song was driving her crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing about The Chosen. Those episodes, they're there. Even when after they have the premiere, they just stay there.
They do.
It's not like
they're
old
not
TV.
live.
Yeah, and they're not live happening as they've already taped them.
I have never really understood since VCRs became a thing, since it became possible to record stuff and watch it later. Mm-hmm. I understand, like in the 70s and in the 60s, you would have to go home and be there in front of your television to watch whatever, like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, that thing, and the Christmas special that only came on.
Oh yeah, you had to
watch it, or else you wouldn't see it. But now, everything's in the cloud, you guys. I mean, are we revealing this to our fans that they're not aware of it? That you can, everything.
Actually, you couldn't. I don't think you could see the Charlie Brown special this year. I think you had to find it somewhere.
It's entirely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe so.
It's a different age now. I mean, you can watch things every single night over and over again. You know how many times I've seen The Lord of the Rings? Because it's just available as a,
anytime you want to watch it.
Yeah, anytime.
I have noticed though when I've been browsing on Amazon, sometimes I'll read the reviews of a show and they'll say, these aren't the complete episodes. They've edited, I was looking up Andy Griffith episodes the other day, and there were a bunch of diehards who were commenting and saying, they've cut like 10 minutes out of the end of this. Where's the original version? I want to see the original. So the diehards are going crazy because they're editing things now, I guess. You
just got to be like everybody else and go to Cracker Barrel and buy your own Andy Griffith box set.
But how do you know they haven't edited the box set?
I don't know if they edit anything if they sell it at Cracker Barrel.
My gosh, if you edit 10 minutes,
they still have old commercials.
Episode, it's only going to be like 4 minutes long.
Yeah, I know.
That was the other thing. Remember, there used to be television commercials, and they would you have to sit through all of that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
now
some of us
do that anymore.
Like I pay for the most basic version of Hulu, and so they start out and it's like, okay, well, there's a commercial. It's like 30 seconds, and then you watch 5 more minutes of programming, and then it's a minute of commercials. Then you watch 4 minutes and 30 seconds of programming,
and then it's 2 minutes.
The commercials keep getting longer. It's like watching a movie on FX. You ever do that?
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours to watch a 90-minute movie.
That's true. It's true. Yeah.
And if you added up all those minutes you watch ads, how many years of your life are you spending watching ads?
Well, I do it with my family, so it's
quality time.
It's quality
time. That's correct.
We make fun of the ads together. It's a bonding moment.
Sure.
Yep. If it's got a particularly good song in the background, my kids will get up and dance.
Well, yeah. You can go to the fridge, get a sandwich. You can
I moved my laundry from the washer to the dryer. Yeah.
You can go potty.
You can roast a chicken.
Though, here's the thing. Nowadays, they tell you how much time you've got left.
Yeah.
In the ads, so that's an advantage we didn't have before.
Yep.
Oh, no.
It is better now.
But it kind of makes for some anxiety, to watch that thing counting down.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, when it says when you get the little on YouTube, you got the skip ad button. I'm counting that down like it's the New Year's.
Yeah. You just hover over it.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I know.
We skipped the ad. And it's like March.
It's so long, Geico. My dad, this is what a nerd my dad was. He actually figured out what the timing was on commercials. I mean, they were always 30 seconds or 60 seconds. Most of them were 30 seconds.
Really?
And so, or there were 15-second ones. Yeah. And so he would look at his stopwatch. He would have a stopwatch on his phone. And so he would start it, and then he would go 3, 2, 1 and point at the TV, and then the commercial would change to a new commercial. He had it down.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Was that something that you guys were really impressed with? You're like, wow.
Oh yeah, we thought it was magical. When we were little kids, it's like, how's Dad doing that? He would point at the screen, and then the commercial would end, and another one would come up.
That's great.
And then he would know when it was time for when the cycle was done, and he would go, "Okay, the program's going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2." He would point at it, and boom, and then come back. So,
Wow,
we had no idea how he did it when
we may need to save this for Father's Day, but my dad would pretend to drive with his eyes closed. You know, hey, watch this, guys. But he'd have this eye open, and we're sitting on this side going, "Your eyes are open." He goes, "No, they're not." No. And we were too short to see in the rearview mirror, so we were just going, "What is he? How is he doing that, Dad? There's a curve." I know. I just, I'm so good at driving.
So dads have always been nerds.
That is true.
I think the plan as of now is to have a SQCSperbowl halftime show. Yes. That's going to be February, I think, 12.
Look, folks, we're not even. That's not in our realm right now.
It's coming right up, though. February 12th.
Just to let you know, I forgot that we were talking about doing silent stand-up, and right now, as we're talking, I'm looking down my notes.
Looking at your notes.
To see if there's something I can use. There's not.
Yes, Sunday, February 12. Look at me. At 6:30 p.m. is when it's supposed to start.
Whoa. Yeah, did you just look up the Super Bowl?
Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know and you've never joined us for the SQCSperbowl, usually on that Sunday night, it's a little later because it's whenever halftime starts, and we can't really predict to the minute when that will be. But if you are paying attention to the football game, then you can tune in as soon as the smut and filth begins to fill your screen. That's when it's time to come over and join us for
I think it's Tony Bennett for the...
Is it?
No, I was just...
I wish.
I tried to think of the oldest...
Who is it?
The oldest, most clothed performer I could think of.
I'll be honest. Like, for the last 3 or 4 years, I haven't even known who the artist is. I mean, it's like so and so, like
Google
the Weeknd.
Says
didn't they have the Weeknd? Something named the Weeknd a few.
Google
years
says
ago?
it's Rihanna.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be clean.
It's not the Weeknd though.
Not this time.
I think she's kind of tired of dancing. She's just going to sing her songs. I think.
Rihanna.
Yeah. She's like, I don't have to do this anymore. I'm just gonna have
Ella.
But
is that her?
Okay. Is that yeah? She did Umbrella, which I thought was a pretty good song.
It was a pretty good song.
Actually, one of my favorite guilty pleasure songs is Rihanna and Eminem's mashup, or their duet that they did.
I don't think I've heard it.
Do you remember the title of that?
Let's play it and get flagged.
Yeah.
I Love the Way You Lie. Is that them?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is totally not a Christian song,
familiar.
Everyone.
Is there such
Yes, Love the Way You Lie is them.
I think it's sarcastic, maybe.
It's really, really not good lyrics, but it's very catchy in the tune department. Yeah.
So you're drying the dishes in the kitchen singing I Love the Way You Lie, like doing the Eminem rap part.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much that's it.
Kids, come in here.
Everybody seems to think that they all lip sync, which...
And the Super Bowl,
come on.
It's really kind of hard. I would say it's kind of hard to do all those moves and sing like they do. But
the only reason they would even need to lip sync is because there are cameras close enough to see their mouths. If they were just performing, for the stadium, you can't see their mouths moving anyway.
Oh, well, there you go. Jumbotron.
I wish it was Tony Bennett.
I don't know, man.
I would watch it for Tony.
I don't know if he knows he's performing anymore.
I wonder.
I feel like they put him out and he's like, oh, hey.
like Biden at a press conference.
You want us to sing a song? Come on, guys. Come on.
I took my dad to see Tony Bennett at Carnegie Hall for his birthday one year when we were living up there. And it was fantastic. But he ended the show, he put the mic down, and the whole band left the stage, and he sang a cappella in Carnegie Hall, When Will the Bells Ring for Me? And his voice just filled that hall without any amplification. It was like in the middle of January, so it was freezing cold, and Dad brought his entire stack of Tony Bennett CDs for him to sign. And so we went to the stage door and stood there shivering, and he came out and signed every single one of my dad's CDs for him. I was like, go Tony. That was awesome.
But what does his signature look like? Is it just like a T or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it was real quick. That was back before he was sick, but
I just wanted to
Plus it
sound
was
cynical.
cold.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Juwan, I think that you're being invited to be the Super Bowl halftime.
Oh, I'm sure they've called us several times.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
That would be great.
We had to turn them down. You guys quit bothering us. We're not doing this.
I'd like to see Juwan have a wardrobe malfunction.
I don't. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this. I forgot when I saw this again, but I was supposed to be doing a Judge Juwan, and I pulled on my old graduation robe, but I only had like a tank top under it, and I had like some nice, what am I thinking of? Andy Gibb chest hair poking out of the top of it. So that was not what I intended.
What I find funny about that, because I vaguely remember it. What I remember is my husband commenting in the chat section, like, I didn't notice it, but like, like the men in the room were like,
yeah, the dudes are like
a laser.
Yeah.
That's all we could see.
Why don't we zip this up a little bit?
Yeah, we're kind of struggling to stay on topic today. But that's okay.
It's a big show.
I was getting ready to say in the tagline underneath there, you said it was going to be a huge show. So I was just wondering
how big is it?
Well, if this is a typical show, this Woolly Mammoth Tonight Show looks a little bit like this.
Martin Luther.
No.
Is it Martin Luther?
No.
It's Nostradamus.
Oh, Nostradamus.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. How did you know that?
I only knew it because I think like you, because I knew what you think like.
They all wear the same hats.
Yeah.
They do.
All those medieval guys and robes.
All of them in you. And so
the tricorn hat.
I think we also have to mention too that part of the show is that the size of the show is that transition that got us there. There's
Things have gotten bigger.
So just the whole wipe thing was
I know.
Does this, and we've got JT with the build up with the chords and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's season 4, guys. Or almost.
We're trying to close it out. Yeah, we're building towards the end of the season.
To season 4, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not stationary. We're constantly moving forward on SKUs.
And I have a standing desk now. I can play standing up now on SKUs.
JT standing up.
But what's up with your camera though?
Yeah, it's like
looking at
a little bit of headroom. Oh, you made it so you could stand up. I got you.
Yeah.
He looks like the Iron Giant.
Well, you look like a Twitch streamer. Like there should be like some Call of Duty or something streaming behind you.
Yeah,
that's true.
You get the whole lower.
That'd be great.
Screen.
Those lights are all over the Oaks house, and they're pretty cool. There was one in the room that I stayed in. It was pretty cool. Right, I feel like we're distracted. And
what? Laser.
So we got to give a shout out to the Cliquers, JT.
Yes, we do. Cliquers are great. They're super amazingly great. Athletic and fun and super smart. Their beautiful faces are a work of art. Cliquers are great. Fantastic and solidly great. Without them, we'd be destitute and drifting into the abyss. Lovely Cliquers, we blow you a kiss. I'm so crazy for the Cliquers, I'm about to throw confetti for Catherine, Justin, April, Stefan, Dan, and Kendra Petty.
We love all of our Cliquers every single week, and thank you for your support. But this week, specifically, we're going to give a shout out to Sarah Whitaker and Amber McWaters.
Yes.
Petty tonight too. Thank you to all of our Cliquers. If you would like to join our merry band of Cliquers, we would love to have you. We would welcome you with open arms, and you would be immediately a member of the family. You just go to johnbranion.com. You opt to become a member of the Comedy Click. There's a couple of levels of support, and then you will see your name up on the screen. You can join us at the Affert Party, which is super secret, super exclusive. It's only for the elite among us. We make no problems about that. And also, you can get a discount for Vacay with the Comics housing. That's coming up in July of this year. And Cliquers get a huge discount on their housing.
How big? How big is the discount?
Housing at the camp, not at your house.
Right.
Sounds like
if a
sounds like
regular
you're helping him with a
if
mortgage.
a regular housing is like this,
Yeah.
it's like represented by this die,
Uh-huh.
then the clicker discount is like this.
Whoa! 3D.
Mhm. So I just made that up on the spot. All right, last week.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Amber's in the group.
I'm glad you got this one, Amber, because last week I listened back and we weren't real enthusiastic. I wasn't as enthusiastic as I could have been. So now I'm going to lean back and let her rip. When I say the name, when I say the Cliquers names, I'm like, Bobby Tilted. So now this is how it's going to be from now on.
It's a shout out.
Fantastic.
Like a boxer announcer for a boxing match.
Fantastic. So you were the recipient of the new Juan DeVivo.
Improve.
Shout out.
Every day we improve a little bit, y'all.
Yes, we do. Baby steps.
It's one of the things that we do very well here is we're constantly evaluating and going, what can we do better?
Mm-hmm.
And Juwan goes, we could do this during the Clickers. Shout out. We all agree. Last week, JT was. How did we get to the song of the week this week? I don't remember.
Did it happen in the Afford party?
Mm-mm.
The hook idea?
Did it? I don't know. We're talking about Old Lang Syne.
Yeah.
Old Lang Syne. And
That's
it's
the
actually
classic,
not Old Lang Syne.
Yeah, it's the classic thing of taking a phrase and putting a spin on it, or using the opposite word and taking it down a different road.
I honestly don't remember how we started talking about Auld Lang Syne, but it's AULD LANGSYNE.
Yeah, for the sake of old times.
Old long
should
since.
all the queens
Old
be
long
forgotten?
since.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it means.
Is that what it means?
In northern Scotland, or no, sorry, in southern Scotland,
Southern Indiana.
not because they speak a different language. Scots is different from Scotch Gaelic, which is what they speak in the north.
Mm.
Ah.
So Auld Lang Syne comes from the south. Write this down, everyone. Okay.
Good to know.
Okay.
So that's where Robert Burns was from?
From
From the north.
From the north.
Right.
Oh, wait. Robert Burns. No, sorry. I thought you were going to say
Montgomery
William
Burns.
Wallace, who was from the north.
William Wallace.
Yes. I don't know about Burns.
He's a Highlander.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's not the author of Auld Lang Syne, though, is he?
Robert
Wallace?
Burns was.
No.
William Wallace.
William Wallace.
Okay.
That was no good.
Will this be on the test? Well, I can't say for sure, Teach, because ultimately I will not be on the throne at Judgment Day, but I would just know just in case. I would.
It's never
prepare.
a bad idea to memorize everything that we do here on SQCS. All right, JT.
Well, Amanda and Joanne sent some really good ideas for this song this week, but I didn't use any of them.
Yep,
so
he shot them all
I
down.
just want to clear that up.
It's all right. We're used to it.
So this better be good.
There's things in life I always will remember, but there's some things I just as soon forget. Every now and then I hit the jackpot. Most days I'm just paying off a debt. I spend so much time just looking backwards, gazing at these wounds that never heal, storing piles of junk that I've collected. Rust corrupts and thieves break in and steal. Should old acquaintance be forgot, that would suit me fine. I need to find a way to days of New Lang Syne. I'll lay aside the sin that dogs my footsteps, watch the way grow brighter farther on. Jesus, help me run the race with perseverance, pressing on the upward way to dawn. Should old acquaintance be forgot, that would suit me fine. I need to find a way to days of New Lang Syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot, that would be divine. Please help me find a way to days of New Lang Syne.
Oh, we could sing that on New Year's Eve.
We could.
Oh, for sure.
Champagne
see Tabby's
corks are popping. Yeah. What'd Tabby say?
No, that's supposed to be how you didn't want
how we didn't want new friends.
Yeah, that was the idea. Juwan and I were
idea.
basically riffing on, who cares? None of my friends. I don't even meet people these days.
Right. Should old acquaintance be forgot? Should they? Should they?
Should they? Probably.
It's an open-ended question.
Yeah.
Some of them.
The answer is yes and no.
So one of the things I was going to mention too, now that we've completed your year of a new song every week, if you're itching to kind of slow the pace a bit, what we could do is like go back and start polishing some of the ones from last year, or I know that we want to put together a CD. Everybody keeps talking about the CD. So I want to make good use of the time. And if, I don't know, like I'm not saying that you shouldn't make a new song for us every week, but if there's another way that we can kind of help work on the album, then let's
We don't want to
too.
stop you, but we don't want you to go crazy either.
We don't want you to burst a gasket.
Oh, nice. That's
well,
awesome.
my intention is that we
See, that's me. Me and Tabby are like, how are we going to put all of this in our anniversary show?
Well,
What'd be funny is
start working on a bracket.
Do a second from every song, if you could.
Mash up all of them.
Mash them all into the same key, and then do.
Oh, what a nightmare!
Well, we have to do a bracket, and so I started
Or like,
it.
I was thinking like having not 1 second, but having like little samples to remind us of what each one sounded like. So maybe we do like
He's just saying the title.
2 per week, or like I don't know how we would break it up
2
exactly.
per week would still take us half a year to do.
Yeah, that would.
To do all of them.
Oh yeah.
Might be better just to make a master list, and the ones that come back to you are the ones that you should consider, because when you're writing a script or a song or something, usually if you do several sessions with somebody, you come back and you say, what do we remember from last meeting, without looking at the notes, because that's the stuff that sticks.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have to look it up, it's like, what was that about? Well, maybe it wasn't that important after all.
It has been a year though for some of the songs.
Yeah,
that's true.
So yeah, we'll have 4 parts. The whole month of April, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
We'll say this.
Yeah.
If you want a CD to happen, you're in the audience, start praying now that A, I can make it to Vacay with Comics. B, we'll get some time to do that while we're all together, and maybe we'll have one. A miracle. That's what we need. We need a summer miracle.
We don't need to practice, Randy. We need some gigs. That's from Sling Blade, in case you missed the reference.
We need some gigs. Well, we're working on all that. We're working on everything. We've also got some ideas for Chubby Bruce that we have no shortage of ideas. We just
no reason to be bored.
That's why you need to tell your friends and get on Patreon and johnbrandy.com and get in the click.
Not
and all those things.
Patreon.
Oh no, sorry. But that's the new Kleenex. It's like a product name that people just anyway, you need to get on johnbrandy.com.
We're not on Patreon. Yeah.
Make these things happen, people.
Mm-hmm. We've got so much work we can do. All right. Last week, our own Juan DeVivo was putting together some predictions for 2023, and we didn't get a chance to get to them. So we're going to rectify that.
Show
He was worried.
so big.
Remember how worried you were last week because you're like, well, we can't do predictions now because
Well, yeah,
we're
some of the
already in
stuff
2023.
some of the stuff will start happening, and then you'll go, well, he's just copying the news. And I'm like, no, this is
So
I've already written it down.
how many of your predictions happened within the first week of 2023?
Well, luckily none of the ones have happened yet. So we're gonna put
Okay.
it down first here. And you guys can interject. Oh crud. I gotta go all the way back to the thing. I was looking at Standup. All right, we got it. We're here. All right. So I'm just basically, these are so eerily accurate that I just have to read it verbatim. So you're gonna feel like these are news reports, but they're from the future. So
Okay, so these are things that have not happened yet, but
No.
you're predicting that they're going to. Okay.
yeah. And I'm saying there's so many things in it, like I said, so many details that you're gonna feel like this is the news, but it's not. This is stuff that hasn't even happened yet. So
I like that background.
first up, oh nice. It's the timeline from the Loki. I don't know if you guys seen it. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's nothing, YouTube. It's nothing. It's my own art. Don't block. Please don't block us.
It's not stolen.
First up, President Joe Biden will go missing from the White House. An extensive search will be conducted until they find him napping in a booth inside of an Arizona diner. Hoping to escape the pressures of presidential life. I hope I can read these. Hoping to escape the pressures of presidential life, the commander-in-chief will be quoted as saying, I was trying to live in my dream by striking out on the open road and solving crimes like that Lorenzo Lamas motorcycle show. Secret Service agent Mike Phillips is credited with finding the president after he checked his Instagram feed and found a post under the burner account name Dark Brandon 42.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we'll go back.
President Biden is going to become
Super accurate.
more articulate in the future, is what I'm hearing you say.
Oh,
So
he's reading it. He was reading it off a
pretty
card.
specific.
He will be. He will be reading it off a card. Anyway, okay, so this isn't about these people, but this is the representation. So here's the
Not
next
about
story.
friends.
Here's the next story. 3 separate Hollywood couples will get divorced this year. There'll be more, but there's 3 specific separate Hollywood couples, and I couldn't pull up who they'd be, but this is what's going to happen. Still very much loving each other and pledging to still raise the kids with their former spouses. They will then all get married to each other in the world's first traditional / same-sex / polyamorous marriage. Millions will applaud the bravery of the Court of Appeals that will rule in favor of marriage without limits. 3 weeks later, they will all divorce each other, still very much in love and pledging to co-parent the kids as one family.
It's going to happen.
So,
Probably
I mean-
already happened as you were giving the prediction.
it's happening now. That's why I wanted to get these out. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's a historical event. Next up, Marvel is set to launch 20 new movies, 17 new miniseries, 12 new shows, 3 new theme park rides, a dozen new food products, and a new clothing line depicting Frogman. Frogman is one of the few untapped characters left in the Marvel Universe. Frogman is an ordinary man with an extraordinary frog suit. Or actually it's just an ordinary suit. It just has springs in the legs so he can jump further.
Where did the picture come from?
That's a Marvel character.
It's a Marvel character.
If you have enough bandwidth, go Google Frogman Marvel and come right back. But
So
next
there's-
up, yeah. You have questions? Is there questions?
So he's an ordinary man with an extraordinary frog suit.
Kind of. It's a regular suit with springs in the legs.
Right. I see one of the springs. I assume
So,
that the other is
yeah,
hidden by his flipper.
He doesn't have much more than that though. And that's all Marvel has left. So they're gonna push in all the chips on this one, and hopefully then they'll relaunch everything. because everybody will feel nostalgic.
I want to know what
No.
the food stuff is going to be.
You guys remember? Oh, is that just a thing? We always do food.
Well, you said there was going to be 27 different food stuffs.
Yeah, you said there's
Oh,
new-
you mean that?
new
Okay.
foods.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The launches. Well, I don't know.
Products.
Probably
Yeah.
like popsicles.
Maybe like
and
gummy flies or something. I'm not
I was going to
Yeah.
say flies.
gummy
like
flies.
a lily pad
some sort.
sandwich.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
What do frogs eat? They eat
Well, the next
just
one-
bugs, right?
Well, they eat other frogs too, depending on how big they
Oh,
are.
frog legs. Frog legs would
Frogs
be
and
something that you could
Oh
eat.
my gosh. And you know,
Mm.
why does that make a difference anyway? Because every barbecue place you have, there's usually a pig with a chef's hat.
Mhm.
Whatever you're eating is on the sign.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
it's like a cow, if it's beef ribs, there's a
Yep.
cow out front with a spatula going, "Hey, here's
French
my family."
flies.
Yeah,
That's true.
mark that down as part of my stand-up.
That's,
So,
in the seafood place, you literally get to point at the thing that you want to eat.
Mhm.
oh,
Like
they're
a
for yeah,
lobster.
that's
I
for
want you
real.
to kill
You just
that.
go, that
Mhm.
guy.
I'm going to eat it.
Look, guys, I'm getting all the attention.
Oh, there you go. I knew that my husband would leap at
Rum and croak.
Remember that Gary Larson cartoon where they're pulling that lobster out of the tank and he's looking at the guy going, "Did I say 3 wishes? Heck, I'll give you 4."
Far Side is a masterpiece. There's
Yep.
really anyway.
I
Next
kinda
up.
want this to be
In food trends, people bored of eating regular yet already delicious ice cream will be able to excite their palates with a new line of alternative flavors, since ice cream isn't good enough for their glutted palates. These new tastes will promise to excite the most calloused of senses with combinations heretofore never witnessed in the history of food. New flavors will include vanilla fish oil, chocolate mushroom truffle, olive loaf praline, pistachio hummus,
They probably have that.
pickled caramel, butter pecan crab meat, Rocky Road clamato, and Limburger mint.
Okay, so
It's gonna happen.
Rocky Road clamato.
can you see these pictures? Those are pistachio hummus.
Oh no.
the ones with the dots, the red
Oh,
dots, and so
stars.
green is green
I
is
went to a
Limburger mint.
Cold Stone creamery somewhere, Missouri. Anyway, and
They're pretty much in every state. There's a Cold Stone Creamery.
but they
right
had
next-
wasabi ice cream, and wasabi, you guys, and it was like it was labeled wasabi, and I said, "So what is that flavor?" And they said, "It's wasabi," and I went, "It's like for real? You made ice cream out of it?"
Yeah, that's not like
They
a
had-
code name for green ice cream.
Right, that's what
actual.
I thought. It was like they just called it wasabi, but it was raspberry or something.
Mhm.
But no, it was wasabi.
There's a choco shrooms for sale too.
No, I did not.
Prediction's already
You
coming
guys,
true.
I made this up. Well, the inspiration for this, we were in Orlando actually, or in California too, and there's a place at the Disney places called Salt and Straw. You can order their ice creams actually online, and one of the inspiration for this, Melody was like, "Oh, you have to try this." It was strawberry, balsamic vinegar, and gosh, I think there was something spicy in there. She's probably yelling right
Jalapeno
now.
or something?
I was
Like jalapeno, yeah.
something like that,
Onion.
and I was like, "Why? Can't you just
was
eat
it?
ice cream?" I didn't taste it.
I bet it's good.
Why
And
not?
just today, I made my brother try the pepper bacon jam. So
Oh, that's good
it's
stuff.
Pepper bacon jam with cream cheese on a cracker.
Hmm. That's
Real
awesome.
good.
Well,
Right, but that's not ice cream.
True.
yeah, that's true.
Is-
Cream cheese is sort of sweet, creamy, and you could put pepper bacon jam on ice cream, and it would be magnificent.
Sure.
What is it? Is it made out of the fat? Bacon fat? The
It's like got a peppery
jelly?
taste. Like it tastes like
Why
sort
do you
of the
want pepper?
meaty, smoky flavor of bacon, and then like a peppery, yeah.
It's good.
I just don't know why you want to, because like jelly, you think something sweet, fruity, something like that. but then let's put pepper.
Oh, there you go. Honeyed
There it is,
balsamic
salt.
strawberry with black pepper.
Black pepper.
Who-
And Melody,
Melody.
says it's amazing.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
when I said that, and I went, "There's something else in it." I would actually listen to see if I could hear her screaming from the
I
other
bet
room.
that's a similar
God.
combination. Yeah, because the
black pepper.
hot, sweet, and spicy and sweet together
Guys,
is really good.
Do you know
It might be okay.
how
I've had-
awesome it is for us to just have ice cream, and we're already freaking bored with it?
Okay, what is ice cream, Juwan? Which flavor is really the real ice cream?
Yeah, what's
flavor?
what's the proper ice cream flavor?
Well, there's chocolate. Well, I guess if you basically chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
But didn't you just ask
And the
this the other
Neapolitan.
day? You asked
What'd I
if
do?
vanilla is its own flavor. Wasn't that you who was trying to
Not me.
determine? Oh,
Is vanilla a flavor?
is
think that
vanilla
might have
the
been me.
flavor,
It's
or
a
is
vanilla
it?
bean, right?
What else would it be? What else would ice cream taste like?
Right. That was me. I was wondering, like,
Yeah.
what flavor is ice cream? Because vanilla, I didn't want to count vanilla as a flavor, and everybody piled on me for being stupid for saying that
Well,
vanilla is not a flavor.
It starts out as a plant,
Yeah.
so I guess, and chocolate starts out as a plant. I don't know if that's you're gonna have to get back with me on this one. Maybe we should have a whole debate on on allowable ice cream flavors.
We have debated much less important things
I just feel like
ad nauseum.
I need, personally, let's say this. Personally, I need a delineation in my foods. I don't need bacon jelly, because what that makes me think of is when you fry bacon and then you forget that you've fried bacon and you've left the pan on the stove, and that little white stuff that accumulates, and you kind of scrape that up and throw it on a cracker. That's bacon jelly. So
Okay. Melody says chocolate and vanilla are the bases to which you add other flavors. But what about strawberry then? That's another base, right?
Right.
that's why
No.
that's why I'm not prepared for this.
Yeah.
I'm not prepared
But
for this discussion right now.
All he's doing is predicting the flavors, and
Right.
to be perfectly fair, some of those flavors already exist and he didn't even know it. So
Yeah, I really did make those up. So if they do exist,
And okay, technically the chocolate mushroom that I found was not an ice cream flavor. It was just a bag of chocolate covered mushrooms. So we have a small step to take before
Yeah.
we get to the official New Year's
we have
prediction.
gone crazy with mushrooms a little bit, because at the supermarket you can get mushroom tonic, like right next to the kombucha, which is rotten tea, basically. It's
Right.
fermented tea.
you know what flavor you can't find in ice cream is grape. You notice that?
Vanilla is strawberry. Or
With strawberries added.
strawberries is vanilla with strawberries added. It's
Right.
not its own base.
That's what I was gonna say too when you asked that question, but
Wow,
there's
that's
why
kinda
is
Why
there no
isn't
grape ice
why
cream?
isn't chocolate just vanilla with chocolate added to it?
It is. It is.
I don't think it is. I think vanilla is added. I don't think strawberry is vanilla ice cream with strawberries in it. I think it's just strawberry ice cream.
This is
I
this is
disagree.
almost like a theological debate.
See, now you're
There's-
getting back to my question, JT, which is
Right.
what is
The
what
council,
is the base ice cream flavor?
Right.
the
I
council
would
of
say-
Baskin Robbins. I would say
milk.
it's just
Milk.
ice. Yeah,
Milk is the base flavor.
that's the
Frozen
base.
Ice.
I bet you the
Yeah.
one
milk
day
and
when they figured out, they were out in
Salt.
the. It was a January morning, and the pioneers are out there milking the cow, and they're like,
Mhm.
basically, I guess it was snow cones at first. Maybe that's what they did. They
Probably.
just squirted some milk on the gathered snow, and the Ezekiel. Look what happened.
I'm with Suzanne. Even chocolate, I think, usually has a little bit of vanilla in it. You just add more chocolate.
See, this requires research. This is
Yeah.
not a.
No,
Yeah, we're not prepared for this debate.
there's absolutely no way we're going to get to everything in this show tonight.
In other future
We have
news.
like 15 minutes. Go, go, go.
In other future news, I'm trying to figure. Okay, here we go.
Ooh,
In a surprising move, Elon Musk will buy the entire internet. Posts from vocal detractors in the past will light up social media with statements of vehement opposition. Greta Thunberg will tweet, "This is a threat. This is a threat to freedom everywhere." So I did have Joe Biden impression, so I guess I should do. I don't know what Alyssa Milano. I can't do her voice. Will post, Thinking people everywhere, I'll do a girl verse. Thinking people everywhere will rise up and overthrow this tyrant to give back to the public what was always theirs. And Senator Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will immediately explode. Okay. And I will just keep going. Y'all, I can tell you're being quiet because we're like
sound charades, quick. Sound of AOC exploding.
What does this look like? Well, it'll start with a whine first. They'll go. It's like it'll start with that. What's going on?
Feel like a balloon, like you're holding a balloon and letting the air out slowly.
Pressure
you're letting the air out of a balloon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this won't be any surprise, but Mars will have its first residents this year. Steve and Marcia Baker of St. Paul, Minnesota, will be the first 2 humans to live on the red planet. And even though there are no others scheduled to arrive for a few years, Steve Baker will say that Marcia has him dusting the brand new living facility, organizing the already catalog and index space garage, as well as vacuuming the front yard so they can be ready when company arrives.
Look at what they've done with the place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's when they're just getting there, but she's like, "Oh, this place is a mess. We've got to clean it up right now." And it's like, they were just landed here. Can we have 1 minute? Steve will say.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay. Lastly, sadly, the famed comedian Scott Carrot Top Thompson will pass away this year. I didn't make that part. Well, that is part. Never mind. I don't know why I said that. But he's still alive, but his real name is Scott Thompson.
Yeah.
But you can call him Carrot Top. He will be gearing up for a new tour to launch a comeback, and a prop will malfunction, causing his demise. Not many details will be released regarding the accident, but suffice it to say that stage crew who witnessed the event will get quiet when mannequin heads or small cars are mentioned. A funeral will be held at the world-famous Luxor Hotel in Vegas, right next to the seafood and pancake buffet. The casket will join the Blue Man Group on stage where they will perform their rendition of Wipeout on the Lid. In lieu of flowers, mourners asked that you buy a very available copy of Chairman of the Board on VHS. He was 58 years old.
That's have you seen that movie?
I saw it. I don't remember 1 minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid when it first came out, but yeah.
Chairman of the Board.
Do you remember it being at all? Do you remember it at all?
I don't remember it. I didn't even know it was a thing.
It was his movie. He got hot enough to have his own movie. So. Yeah. There was another guy named Yahoo. I think that's the problem. There was another guy, Australian named Yahoo Serious, that had crazy hair, and he had a movie, and it kind of just. He was young Einstein, though. I do remember that one.
Right. Well, remember there was. Remember David Copperfield had a competitor.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! At the same time.
In the late 70s, early 80s.
70s.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about Doug Henning?
Doug Henning.
About Doug Henning. Yeah.
That's the one. This guy was actually, I liked him better.
Yeah,
I did.
He had a bit of a better personality.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Doug Henning was much more
approachable.
watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had better wardrobe too, bell-bottom pants and frizzy hair.
Hippie.
Yeah,
he was definitely hippie. But he was. But there was this fierce competition between the two of them, and it might have just been Copperfield who was feeling that they were competitors.
Doesn't that usually happen?
Got the same vibe from Doug Henning. That
he doesn't. There's always one person that's like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" I was like, "I'll end you."
This town is not big enough for both
it's
of
like
us.
so good to see you.
You want to do a show together? Shut up!
Why can't we both do magic shows? No, there can only be one.
I'm not even doing the same tricks. I don't care.
Yeah, but I remember, and Carrot Top was kind of, there was this little thing. It happened with prop comics where there was like this run of people. What was that other guy's name? Bill.
Prop comics. Yeah, well, Howie Mandel was a prop comics.
Howie Mandel. Bill.
Do you count the Amazing Jonathan, or is he just a magician, kind of anti-magician?
Well,
does he count as prop?
We can debate that, and we can debate ice cream.
I mean, Mike Williams, didn't he?
The Amazing Jonathan.
Anyway,
Jeff says Gallagher.
Mike Williams. There was
Gallagher
Carrot Top.
was definitely
Mike Williams actually wrote material for Carrot Top.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, because when he would, same caliber.
There was the Amazing Randy too. He used to expose mentalists and psychics. Remember that guy? He was on Johnny Carson all the time. He would expose mentalists.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh, James Randy.
Was that his name? He called himself the Amazing
Randy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he made a lot of psychics mad. Yeah. Dionne Warwick hated him.
How dare you expose us?
Yeah.
This was our racket, see? It's like the
Well, the Impressionists did a thing too. There was Rich Little, and there was I can't think of any of the other guys that they had like a competition too. It's weird how there's just
territorial.
Only one of us can be at the top. You know, we have to be.
Yeah.
We have to be.
Well, would you go see a show of 3 impressionists though, doing the same? Like if it was like Dana Carvey, and I can't think of anybody else, but you know, other people.
But there's no reason they couldn't be going on at different places in the world. I mean, you know, you could have Dana Carvey in New York and somebody at Rich Little in San Francisco and somebody else down in Florida.
Caliendo.
Yeah,
like have a radius. Work around.
Why not?
Brian April.
But we've had the discussion before about there's not much room at the top. The top is a very small club, and those people aren't really that willing to let other people into it. So no matter what field you're in.
Right.
That's how you get to the mob.
Yep.
Why won't people let other people? This is after party stuff.
No.
That's true.
We feel like we're already in the deep discussion.
Great predictions.
We've had a very effort party show. So if this is the kind of thing that you thoroughly enjoy when we just go wherever the stream of conscious inspiration takes us.
By the way,
part of the click.
Yeah, is it info@johnbrandon.com? If you notice that any of those predictions came true. Oh, SQs. What's our
SQs at johnbrandon.com. Hang on,
SQs at johnbrandon.com. If you find out that any of those predictions come true, or you want to make some predictions
of your own,
yeah,
yeah. If you'd like to make some of your own predictions, we still have a few minutes that we could do silent stand-up theater. I feel like you've already done quite a bit of material, Juwan. So I don't think you should be feeling any pressure.
And we basically just stared at you the whole time. So
I have some things though. I've pulled them
you
up
have some
so
things?
we can and I can just talk if you want. I can talk for 8 minutes.
Okay.
Now
Well,
I have actually I'm gonna let you guys
hang on.
choose.
Who's going first? Juwan's going first.
I might
Juwan's
as well.
Gonna go first. He might as well. He's already warmed up.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us when we have to
As
start.
if this wasn't enough of me. But, is it? Okay. Do you guys need to prepare?
Yeah, we're not supposed to laugh.
If this is your first time watching silent stand-up theater, Juwan is going to do some material, and we are going to deliberately not react in any way to help him prepare for doing comedy, like in front of live audiences.
Millions. Selling out theaters. By the way, in my research, I found that Carrot Top sold out like 200 shows in a year. Here we go. So we go as a family, especially a homeschool family, we'll go on hikes and nature walks. And you got to watch out for yourself on a nature trail. So, if there's one place you wish people would say like, whoa, or watch out, it's on a nature trail, but it's basically after you've walked through the spider web and we're like, hey, watch out there. But you're pulling a big huge spider off your face. But it's like you start pulling on it. Oh no, he wants to stay there. We'll let the nature take its own course. Put down the stick, Jesse. It's all right. But the thing is, there's a lot of when you start doing a study, and especially when you're with homeschoolers, is like there's a lot of dangerous animals out there. There's one that we're kind of scared of, but it's the brown recluse spider, and it's hard to find. They're rare. They're recluses. But what's funny is almost when you learn about the brown recluse spider, then every brown spider is a brown recluse. You go, oh, it's a brown spider. it's brown recluse. But there's a way to identify it. I don't know if you knew this. There's a shape of they got a violin shape on their abdomen on the bottom. So in order to identify a brown recluse spider, you have to turn it over. One of the most dangerous spiders in America, and you have to go, oh, that's a brown recluse. Hey, let's go to the hospital now. But it's like, no, it's just a tarantula. But I just was wondering too, that what made me think was, why is it so hard to identify most of this poisonous animals? Have you ever seen anybody post a picture of a snake on Facebook? There's 357 answers on there. None of them are the same, and they're all right. And then like 20 of them are like, a dead snake is a good snake. That's great. Well, that doesn't help me after the things like bit me 3 or 4 times. But how can everybody be so wrong? So that's not helpful when people are, so what if I miss it and I try to kill it? Should I start filling out my will then, or prepare my soul for eternity? How am I supposed to deal with this now that you guys have listed all these different snakes? But I feel like maybe, and I'm not trying to be blasphemous, maybe God could have done a little bit better. I was like, what if all the dangerous animals were red or like glow in the dark or flashing or something? But, you know, now that I think about that, that probably would never go into the forest. If you saw all the dangerous animals flashing at one time, it's probably better just not to know that. And, you know, let's get when you're getting ready to go on a hike and you're like, oh, hey guys, let's go inside and stream a bunch of shows. There's no chance of Lyme disease playing Super Smash Bros. And stuff. But hippos kill more people than lions. These are dangerous animals I'm talking about. I don't know if you knew that. Hippos are pretty dangerous. That you think about how many people die from lions. Well, hippos kill more people than that. And I just thought maybe at one point they were pretty sedate, but they were just like kind of got tired of their reputation for being cute or, you know, cuddly, or people were just, you know, constantly pointing out, oh, look at that, it's a hippopotamus. So I feel like they all had a rebranding meeting. It's like, you know, the head of the hippos got up. He's like, all right, fellas, people are not giving us enough respect. I'm getting sick of people thinking we're cute, making games and plush animals. It's time to turn things around. And then, you know, they would say Viva la Hippo or some other kind of rallying cry to the revolution of hippos. And Syne. I was like, I'm down halfway through this list and I'm like, oh no, I need to cut it out. Because I have a whole thing on possums, but we're not going to get into that.
I like we're talking about snakes and animals that are dangerous, should light up and everything. He goes, anyway, hippos kill more people than lions. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
I decided to go in. That's very raw stuff, you guys. Mm-hmm. It's not even, no one's ever heard that before.
That's great stuff.
So
that's true. You wouldn't look at a hippo.
Y'all, this basically only happens when I'm driving. So I just drive and I go, oh, that's good. And I type it out while you're hitting a mailbox and stuff.
Right. Well, you have a lot further to go to get to your mail than the rest of us do.
And the dumpster.
All right. Mine is shorter. And
sorry.
Don't necessarily
I thought I was getting to the end of it and I would scroll down and go, oh no.
I don't necessarily think it's better. But are you ready? The Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy is the only fictional character who rewards you for losing stuff. None of the other mythical characters do that. Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and the list goes on and on. But the Tooth Fairy actually encourages you to be somewhat irresponsible. I mean, there's no footwear fairy. It's like, hey, lost a shoe? Here's $1. And actually, when you get right down to it, the tooth isn't even really lost. That's a misnomer, because I have to get the tooth and put it under a pillow, because the Tooth Fairy is not going to give me anything if I don't collect the tooth and put it under the pillow. So the Tooth Fairy has no system for tracking and collecting teeth. So the entire system depends on the management skills of a child. If the child can't keep track of his tooth, he gets nothing. Here's the other thing that occurred to me. It's not really a big deal to lose teeth. So being paid for something that happens automatically and is not really all that traumatic doesn't make sense. Like, I had my tonsils out, and you know what I got for that? Nothing. That was a lot harder, and it was a lot scarier. It seems to me like I should have taken those tonsils, put those under the pillow, and woke up to find a bike or something. That would have made more sense. Last thought is that as I get older, I think there ought to be a hair fairy, so that when you lose your hair, it's not quite as traumatic. So you could look underneath the pillow, and you can find the keys to a Mustang. And Syne.
I like the kids being responsible for the lost tooth. It's like, I lost my lost tooth. I lost a tooth and then I lost it.
Well, of course you did. You're a child.
When older people lose teeth, what do they get? Like when you start having to have dentures, the dentists that's the kickback. The dentists get the kickback from the older teeth. They don't. That's what they don't want you to know.
Remember Uncle Shelby's ABZ book?
I do.
From Shel Silverstein. He's got a chapter in there and says, if you lose a tooth and leave it under your pillow, the tooth fairy will leave you a shiny new dime. And then there's an ellipsis, and he says, how could you earn $3.20?
Right.
Oh, Shell.
Right. That book is hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely would be inappropriate in some people's.
Yeah.
Is it all Shel Silverstein, or is it like different?
Yeah, no, it's all Shel.
Yeah, it's all Shel.
It's his artwork and everything. It's a great book.
He's got ink. There's something in there about ink, right? What rhymes with ink? Dur, and then dot, dot, dot. Yeah.
Dur.
All right, that's all I got. Do you have a thing that you want to do, JT?
You reminded me of the tooth fairy thing. Reminded me of a true story.
Yep.
So I could probably do this.
That's what I was going to suggest.
As a routine. So yeah, this could probably be a routine about dating tips, if you wanted to take it that way. It seems like my entire dating career has been looking back in retrospective and saying, yeah, I did that completely wrong. And then, the next time you go out with somebody, it's, I did that completely wrong too. So, but, I might have gotten a clue under the bridge one night when I was playing for the Lost Sheep meal. There's a group of girls that my mom works with, and they have, this is a family show, so I'll just say they have other jobs, and my mom spends a lot of time with them. And one of the girls' names is Shelly. And every other week, a dental truck comes down there and does cleaning and tooth pulling for people who are having trouble. And it's completely free. And so the dental truck was down here one night, and I was playing my piano. And I looked up, and Shelly was walking toward me from the dental truck. And she had this huge ball of cotton sticking out of her mouth, and it was bloody. And she was smiling at me, and she walked right up to the keyboard, and she goes, hey. And I said, hey, Shelly. And she goes, I just had my tooth pulled. I said, really? And she goes, yep. And I want you to have it. And she gave me an envelope with her tooth in it. And so I was like, thanks. And she just waved at me and walked away. And so I turned around and put it in the sound van, and I forgot about it. And so the guy who drives the sound van is a guy named Rod. And I forgot about it. And on the way home that night, I get this cell phone call from Rod, and he's like, there's a tooth in the van in an envelope. What in the world is? I said, oh, I forgot. Shelly gave me her tooth tonight, and I forgot I meant to throw it away. And he goes, I can't believe it. He said, what was she doing, asking you out on a date or something? And I was like, I don't know, but it's a strange way to ask somebody out. But that is a true story.
I want you to have it.
Yep.
Well, if anybody deserves a tooth,
Yep.
I want you to have
anyone deserves a tooth, JT.
Did they? Okay, I have
flowers. Some people get a night, dinner invitation. I get a tooth.
I have questions. The envelope was just a plain envelope, or was it like?
It was like
did it have an address on it?
Letter size envelope.
But it was plain though. It didn't have anything on it. No stamps
it
or
was
nothing?
just sealed.
It wasn't
had
like an
everything.
offering envelope that you would put in the church plate.
I should have actually opened the envelope and seen if there was a gold filling in it. That would have been. I could have scored that night if I'd have done that.
Second question is: was the tooth cleaned off? Or was
I
it
don't
still,
know. I never
does
saw
it. Still have
He
blood
just handed
upon
me
it.
the envelope and it had.
Oh, you're okay. You're right. You didn't
I
look.
never
in.
opened it.
Fair
yeah.
point. Fair point. Yeah, you're
But
just
Rod did. Rod opened it.
Yeah, that's a
All you
question
knew
for
was a
Rod.
tooth.
judging by his reaction, guess it wasn't. It wasn't covered in gold.
Probably not.
It was probably covered in blood. I just
Oh.
thought it would be funnier if it was like an old Publishers Clearinghouse envelope or something that had already been opened. It was just like, yeah, start there.
Guess what you won?
All right, wrap us up, Pete.
You can join. You could join our merry band by going to johnbranian.com. If you've been watching up till this point and you think, those are my people.
This is what I want to stick around.
Those people are like I am, and I want to support more of what they do. Then you go to johnbranian.com, join the clique, and you'll also find the link for our after party, which always begins right after the show. And there's more of this, to be quite honest. Tonight was kind of an effort party main show.
What are we talking
We're
about?
all
This is
over the
scripted.
place. All over the place today. Juwan is a member of a little band called Casting Crowns. If you go to castingcrowns.com, then you will find out where their spring tour will be taking them, and it might be to a city near you. So go there. And JT can be found on the internet at johnthomasoaks.com. Got all kinds of stuff there. Probably him playing his other keyboard mainly, but
Not
yeah.
the backup keyboard.
Not the backup keyboard. But go there, support JT. And we already talked about vacay a little bit, but you should come with us. We sold some more tickets this week, but there's still room.
Good job,
So go to johnbranian.com for more information about vacay with comics, because
It's gonna be so much fun.
it's more fun. If you can imagine something more fun than this has been tonight, it's all of us in the same room doing more horsing around of this nature. So, how should we read the credits
And eating
tonight?
oatmeal cream pies.
Anybody have any ideas?
Let's do the
I think we should
randomizer. Oh.
Should you do
Well,
the
we should do it
randomizer?
like
What was your
people
idea?
who have had all of their teeth pulled out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gabby
Go my way
Hayes.
through it.
Gabby Hayes. Ah, pickle shoes.
You don't have no teeth.
I like it.
Yeah.
No
Ah,
teeth.
horse melons.
Oh,
All right.
Oh. Here's your East Bear.
Justin Brody likes pudding.
Steve and Dick and Pat Edgington.
Derek James gave me my jello today.
Roy Luke's got some nice teeth. So's April Minton.
Oh, Victoria Power. She likes to chew on the bubble gum.
Kevin Thatcher.
Stephen Bowen, Olivia Wearing.
Time to say Thatcher without no teeth.
Has been staring into this tea leaves for a while, and the future is you will be at Vacay with Comics.